We're coming back from the big fish release. There's the bucket, the Freedom Bucket.
Freedom bucket. How about me?
You're the Freedom Bucket carrier.
No, I'm not Freedom.
And I caught a, what kind of fish is that, Emily? She don't know. I know. It's a big sucker, but they're different here in Vietnam. They're quite beautiful fish, spotted and striped and almost zebra-like, but darker in appearance.
They use them to clean the classic pond.
Yes.
Pond.
Yeah, the people back home know what a sucker fish is.
Yeah.
Damn sucker. But
Its body looks like a tank.
yeah, the body looks like a tank. That's a good description. But one of the men working on our house today said, if you grill it, the meat is delicious. But like, I almost released it at the moment I caught it, but I brought it back just to see if it was edible. And they were like, yeah, the meat's delicious if you grill it. But I'm like, it's a sucker. Meaning it eats all the shit. It's got the mouth at the bottom of the head. And so after some debate, we decided to free it. Some kites being flown over here. Children are on summer vacation, and we got the new rice crop. The old rice crop was harvested a few weeks ago, and bing bang boom, they put the new one in, and it doesn't take long for it to germinate. You can kind of see the greenish color, which is the rice shoots already popping, germinating and popping. So we had some work done to the house. We had a new addition put on, and a couple new additions to the home, which is really cool. The one addition is over the huge second story patio, because it was like, yeah, it's nice, it's fantastic, it's got beautiful views from up there, but in the middle of the day when the sun beats down or it's raining, it's completely unusable unless you had an umbrella or something. It's like, we can do better than that. What we can do is what you see here. We got a brand new patio cover, and now she's ready for use anytime. Oh yeah, yeah, mother hen with her 7 little babies.
Look. Chasing hands.
All right, let's move it on out. Let's go, Mom.
Don't scare them.
Get them out of the rice field, water, and get them back home. Such are the things you see when you're living on the farm. Yeah, they got some construction going on here. That neighbor, the man that lives there with his wife and two adult daughters. One got married and split to the husband's town, and the other one has been married for a while, got a new baby. And so he bequeathed them a portion of his land, and they're going to build a house right there. It's going to be a small house, but it's a house. So they will build a little house and blah blah blah. As long as nobody builds anything next to our house, they can do whatever they want. So let's look around. Oh, the landscaping has just come together so nicely. Lord knows I've shown you enough of it. And you see the cable tie? The cable tie runs up and along the front length and then comes back down. That's to keep it secure so it doesn't blow off. And then the second addition is this little glass shaded section which we ran all the way to the end of the house. So now we've got a full cross section of glass. Hold on a second. Got a piece of metal down here from the build. Oh, perfect. Our cushions are not on our chairs. And then we planted some bamboo here about 3 months ago. I don't know what species it is because those bigger trees right there, those are the big round chunky sections of bamboo. Excuse me. I just call this fishing pole bamboo. And it's going crazy. Excuse me. More and more new shoots come up every day. And some of them, some of the new ones, have gotten way almost, just about to the second story. It's a nice touch to this little sidewalk of the side of the house. And eventually it'll get thicker and more and more and more, and then we'll have some shade back here, a little more shade. Never can have enough shade, especially if it's natural. So I love this bamboo. One day, eventually, someday will come and I'll, like this one here, this guy right here. Right there. I could cut it now and let it dry out, and then it would make an excellent 12-foot, no, I'd have to cut a little bit off the end, make an excellent 10-foot fishing pole. But there'll be more opportunities in the future. These guys are as tall as I am now. These big fat leaves. And what it was is it was growing across this way. I was like, I don't like that. Anyways, I ended up just trimming so there was a clearance, and the plant decided, okay, if you're gonna do that, I'll just grow straight and up. And that's so cool. So she's growing straight up. Our poor little tree here got just blitzed by the wind. These delicate little leaves that came off of it were quite large and big, but then the wind just wrecked them. So what we have to do, some more of those tall leafy plants there. These are all hydrangeas, waiting for them to bloom. We're gonna dig this out and we're gonna plant it in the ground on the other side of the house where it's less windy, and then we'll put something else in that big pot. Excuse me. I would take it and just move it to the other side of the house, but that thing weighs about 150 pounds. So I don't have a dolly. I can't imagine working that on a dolly anyway. So once we take the plant out and some of the dirt and stuff, I'll be able to move that pot somewhere where we'll grow something else. The jackfruit tree that was just once a little twig, a little spry twig, has really taken hold, and she's getting close to 20 feet. And then here's another jackfruit tree that I talked about before, that it was like, it wasn't growing for the longest time. It was like this high. I was like, is this thing gonna grow or what? Well, hello. Now she's about 7 feet, maybe 8. Various leafy edible vegetables, peppers, I don't know what that is, beans, tomatoes, pumpkin squash. Oh, those are huge, huge pumpkin squash. And I think there are 4 of them. Some kale, some other stuff. My wife pulls shit out of there, and she had cucumbers for the longest time. Got a ton of cucumbers growing along the fence line and stuff. She had to have gotten 4 dozen. And then she switches it. So she'll do something more eventually. Looks like she's got some more kind of beans or something started. I don't know. The hot pepper plants. Gotten a ton of peppers out of there too. The banana tree. Oh, we'll have bananas one day. The rock pile for the eventual outdoor brick and cement shed that we're going to build. I mentioned that too, I think. 8 by 8 by 8. And then we'll stuff all of this shit into it. Bunch of stuff growing here. Aloe vera, some kind of, these might be strawberries, more kale, some more of the pumpkin squash, cherry tomatoes, little bigger tomatoes there, apple trees, lime trees, lemon trees, guava trees, just all kind of stuff. Look at the little worker bee. I get to walk around and do a video. She gets to do all the work. Cassava. Can eat the roots, but it just came out of nowhere and it just grew spectacularly. So we're just leaving it alone. Who knows how big it will get. This is our new little tree here. About once a month, it flowers. Just a beautiful, beautiful fragrance with little white flowers. And then if you wake up early in the morning, these beautiful butterflies come for the 2 days that it blooms, and we get to get up and watch them do their little thing. This whole area here, which I started, these guys are getting big. Another big leafy plant here, spire plant, flowers, and this and that. Persimmon tree, maybe? Can't remember the names of all these things. This is starting to fill in and come up nicely. Some more banana plant trees flowering. Beans, I don't know, something. This one here gives off a beautiful fragrance. So that's doing good. Some more fruit trees over here. Rose bushes there. You've seen all this. I'm sorry if I'm doing this again and again. What's that, Emily? Big what? Oh, caterpillar. Ay, ay, ay. Oh,
Too big, too big. Look at my finger.
Yeah. You're gonna get rid of him, right? You sure? He'll eat the whole plant.
It's okay.
One day mangoes. Worker's not quite done. Coming back for a few little touch-ups tomorrow. But yeah, the landscaping and everything's looking real good. We're real happy with it. Okay, let's scooch inside for a quick minute. So, our little living area. And then we got a new treadmill. Nice treadmill so we can do our walking and our power walks when the weather's inclement or it's too hot. Just can come in here and do your power walk and your treadmill exercising right under the air con and the fan. We got 2 stools here by the window. You can see clear, tinted, clear, tinted. My wife has started to go nuts with the window tint, which is good. More sunblock, keep things dark and cool. And then we'll go upstairs and get a first-hand look at the patio cover. And then I'll be able to put my outdoor seat, my outdoor table, and then get to work on getting this space set up for enjoyable outdoor living. As you can see, it's huge. It's friggin' huge. What's this thing? 6, 12, 24. I think 30 feet by 30 by 20. Let's call it 30 by 20. 30 feet that way and 20 feet that way. It's a large space, and now it's nicely covered. And so if it rains or it's sunny, you have shade now to sit out here and enjoy it and relaxing. And when the weather's temperate and okay, oh my God, forget about it. So that little seating chair and table will go out here, and then a whole bunch of other stuff as the days progress. We got 1 plant, but we'll fill this sucker up with plants, and we'll hang some plants up here and hang it off the steel beams here and create a nice green area up here. And we'll probably throw up a barbecue and maybe an outdoor kitchen type deal, so you can not only barbecue, but you can also wash and clean and have a sink and all that good stuff as well. We've got access to water and power up here, so that's not a problem. You can see the tint. You can see out, but you can't see in, that my wife put on the windows here. Everything that you can do that is not going to kill the look and beauty of the home, but cool her down, you go ahead and do it. So we've really come a nice distance in the 9 months that we've moved into the place. We got our outdoor fencing, which you've seen as I walked around. Now, it was debatable. It's very safe out here. When we talk to our neighbors, and before when it was still just ground and there wasn't even a home here, talked to the neighbors and they said, oh, it's very quiet. And it was like, this is Vietnam. I feel confident about that, but we'll believe it when we see it. And sure enough, it has just been a joy in terms of the peace and serenity that we have out here. So the way that we constructed this is very high. I would say 20 feet. I'm 6, so 2 of me plus a few more, so maybe 20 feet height. And we kept the beautiful view. Now this platform was going to serve as a nice area to set up a comfortable chair and a telescope or some super giant stargazing binoculars, you know, beautiful sky view, beautiful area. But this is much more preferable. We still have our beautiful views. We'll still be able to see beautiful sunsets from here, so we didn't lose that. The driveway over here is a nice spot for stargazing. So I haven't really lost anything. So yeah, I can put something out there. He's in the process of coming out and fixing all this caulking and stuff that the original people that we had installed this section did a piss poor job. So the guy that did this new section is one of Ann Lee's parents' neighbor's sons. So he's going to come out and he's going to take care of that and make it real nice and caulk it properly and appropriately. Now this has a yellowish tint to it, as you saw to the bottom. This has a grayish tint to it. Now according to him, I don't know, man. He said after a certain amount of time, this will turn gray. Honestly, even though it's like a dual color right now, I don't really care. This covers the front porch area, which keeps it dry in the rainy season, so that if you come home on the motorbike or whatever, and everybody always wheels the motorbike up the ramp and into the house. So you get it up here and then you can get dry. You don't have to leave it in the rain while you try to maneuver or get bags off of the motorbike or groceries or whatever. So now we've extended it all the way down to the edge, which just gives us a little bit more shade, a little bit more comfort. You saw the 2 chairs that we have out front right below it, this new section, for sitting in the mornings or in the late evenings or in the middle of the day if it's not too hot. And now we have a little bit of diffused sunlight shade, which just makes things, again, more comfortable. Another thing I mentioned, and along the lines of the stargazing, is because there's nobody around here, I could take a chair and a high-powered telescope or a set of high-powered stargazing binoculars, which I've still got to get soon. I can go right out on the road here and have a completely open view of the sky. So from here, you can see how quickly the rice germinates and starts to green up. And they just put it down. It'll take several weeks for it to really start to look like rice, but it's cool, man. You can hear the government speaker, which still exists out here in Vietnam. My friends, that goes all the way back to the war, the Vietnam War. And they kept them, and those speakers are so old and so ancient. They're not Bose speakers. They're those old, really old-timey, almost like bugle horn kind of speakers, but they still utilize them throughout the entire country to make announcements, community announcements. So in the morning at about 7:30, and at night around this time, which is about 5:30, they turn them on, and they have pre-recorded announcements about what's going on in the community, things you might need to know. Is there a risk of storms? You know, just anything and everything. I find it wild because it's like And then here they play a little music in between announcements. I think it's just adorable, but it's just crazy that it goes back, 70, 80 years and they're still using them. That's kind of like, kind of neat in one respect. And then in another respect, it's like, are you kidding me? Because if you're trying to progress as a nation and move forward as a society and as a country, you kind of don't, somebody needs to tap on the shoulder and go, you kind of don't do that anymore. With some storm clouds and a little bit of thunder. Yeah, we got a little bit of thunder going. There's always this, not always, but some evenings it's clear and you get to see a beautiful sunset with beautiful clouds, and some evenings like this, it's raining over the mountains over here now and back here. So you can hear the thunder, and tonight we'll have a lightning show over the mountains here. Get a lot of really cool lightning shows all the way around the place on a lot of evenings, which is really neat. We'll sit out here at night and, oh, there's a lightning flash right over there. I hope you caught it. So yeah, there's just all kind of neat little stuff going on around here. And then you got this here. That's Auntie from down the street. We know her. My wife knows her. She's cool. I love that old woman. But what you're looking at right there is high volume traffic out here. Yeah, there's our traffic. You go to Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi or Da Nang or several dozen other areas of Vietnam, and it's like, it's so noisy. You just want to hold your hands over your ears and scream at the sky. And those areas of Vietnam get real noisy. But you come out here, you get your butt out here, as I've told you a dozen times or more, out into the farmland countryside, and Vietnam rocks. Vietnam is freaking awesome out here. This is the meat and potatoes, the rice lands, the rice farm area. And man, I sure am blessed to have managed to get out here for the rest of my life and the rest of my days out here in Vietnam. It's just great. I hope you enjoyed this. I appreciate you watching always. I hope you're all doing well, everything's okay, and you're safe and secure. And I just really want to thank you for tuning into my little kooky vlogs that I throw up occasionally. And I'm not trying to show off, I'm just trying to take you along for the journey. One last thing and then I'm out. Railings. That's the next step. That's going to be the capstone for the second floor here, is we're going to put the railings up like we have here on the outdoor balcony to the bedroom. So we're going to put the railings up all the way down and all the way down the front side. It'll add a nice decorative touch to the house, and it'll keep us from falling off. All right. Have a nice day, everybody. Good to talk to you.